Greetings all, I'm excited to have you join me here today. I'm pleased to offer a brief overview of the day's most significant news. I've collected the essential news summaries from 4 different news outlets to share with you. Firstly, I will start with the news from the New York Times. The Federal Reserve will release a policy decision on Wednesday on the heels of another bank collapse. The resolution of First Republic Bank came after a frantic night of deal-making by government officials and executives at the country's biggest bank. The dispute, which pits 11,500 movie and television writers against the major studios, has shattered 15 years of labor peace in the entertainment business. For years, Germany seemed to tolerate even flagrant Russian operations on its soil. But a new Cold War-like chill has now made the snooping difficult to ignore. It's a long-buried part of South Korean history. Women compelled by force, trickery, or desperation into prostitution, with the complicity of their own leaders. So-called pumped storage, rather than conventional dams, is emerging as the future of deriving electricity from flowing water. Who interpreted or ignored the Karl Lagerfeld theme best? Mr. Lightfoot's gift for melodies made him one of the most popular artists of the 1970s. His hits included The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. A champion of organic farming, King Charles III has a potent pulpit for changing the national diet, though that royal quiche has met some resistance. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon University developed a robot that can paint an abstract acrylic. Is it art? Followed by the news from the media outlet Financial Times. Comments come days after Manila accused Beijing of harassing patrol ship in South China Sea. Biden invites Kevin McCarthy to White House next week as worries grow about debt ceiling crisis. Figures underscore high price Putin has paid in latest wave of fighting. Uptick complicates decision for rate setters at European Central Bank ahead of Thursday's meeting. Labor Minister says legislation aims to ease entry for foreign workers, combat desperate need for staff and tackle demographic decline. Social welfare reforms aim to distinguish those who can work from those who cannot, says PM Giorgia Meloni. Latest Monetary Committee meeting could deliver last in series of interest rate rises. Diplomats say Syria's pariah leader will be expected to make concessions to enable his return to Arab League. Elizabeth Bourne struggles to find parliamentary allies after forcing through pensions reform. Ailing metropolitan centers need creative solutions from the public and private sectors. After that, I will present the BBC News. A further 334,000 people have been displaced within Sudan, but hopes rise of possible peace talks. Artificial intelligence pioneer Geoffrey Hinton quits Google, saying he now regrets his work. The bill outlaws secretly filming someone for sexual exploitation and is set to be passed in June. The government says vaping has become a huge epidemic, particularly affecting young people. Arjun Tendulkar, who made his IPL debut recently, has been drawing unfair comparisons with his father. Rockets are fired at Israel after Islamic Jihad threatens revenge over the death of a senior figure. HSBC bought Silicon Valley Bank's British business in a deal led by the government and the Bank of England. A Chinese tourist recalls his holiday gone wrong in an unsavory review that has since gone viral. The milestone was reached on April 30th as 2,978 flights took off across the country. U.S. lawmakers demand an investigation into the Chinese fashion giant's alleged links to forced labor. And finally, I will discuss the news from the Japan Times. Chiba Prefecture woman arrested over Twitter threat to release sarin. COVID-19 tracker. Tokyo cases top 2,000 for first time since February. Horizontal recycling gives plastics a second life. Kishida pledges to provide $500 million in financial support for Africa. Government was hampered by infighting during COVID-19 response, sources say. Depressive tendencies among children grew during pandemic in Japan. Clouds carry drug-resistant bacteria across distances, study says. Bird flu detectives hunt for clues to stop next global pandemic. Scientists use brain scans and AI to decode thoughts. Paraguay election result calms fear of another Taiwan ally falling, for now. That's a wrap for today's international news highlights. Hope you all got the lowdown on what's happening around the world and that your listening skills have reached new heights. Catch you all tomorrow. See you.